Hello guys, Michaela here, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another speed build. Today we are building in Mount Komorebi, and it was supposed to be a snowy build, but as I already wrote on my Twitter previously, I just cannot make snowy builds work this year. This is my first attempt at a snowy build. I started building in like the upper area of Mount Komorebi, which is always snowy, and I just didn't like the result at all. But the lighting is just so weird there, and I just couldn't make it work. And then I did one more build, which is going to be the one next week. I forgot what I wanted to say. Sorry. Yeah, and the next build that you're going to see on the channel was also supposed to be a snowy build, but it also wasn't not going to be. So yeah. I am sorry about that. I will try, however. I want to do like a small modern like cottage build in winter. I really want to do a winter build because I want to, but I just haven't been able to do one yet because I can't make it work. The build just looks so much better in summer, and I don't know. I just can't do it this year. I did one last year, if you want to watch that one. It was a modern cabin in Parenthood Bay. I'm gonna link it in like the cards up here, if I don't forget about it, of course. But you can watch that one if you want to, and I'll try to do a winter build because I really want to, but it's been a pain in the ass for me this year. Anyway, so the build is built on a 20x15. It's for a snowboarder, and it's like a lofted space, and it comes in at 42,681 simoleons. So it's kind of expensive, but not like super expensive. One thing to think about though is that this is like a loft area with a skylight, and I just didn't really know how to figure out the fact that the lighting is like the lighting that you get on the outside. I figured out how to do it after I finished everything, which is incredibly frustrating because I really thought it's going to be like really nice and functional. But I mean, it's functional, but the lighting is a pain. And I think if you are in the summer, your Sims could technically burn to death because they're technically on the outside. So the build is not necessarily great for gameplay, but it was already like done, recorded, and uploaded to gallery when I realized how to do it properly. So I'm sorry about that. But at least you can look at it, you know, it's pretty. So you can look at the pretty build. I was inspired by a room build that I did a couple of weeks ago, which was a big success. It was a loft, obviously, and I used kind of like this reddish orangey wood from Snowy Escape with like a magenta purple color, and I just loved the way it looked, and I thought that would be perfect for like a snowboarder here in Snowy Escape. So maybe they have like this really small loft, they rent out skis and snowboards for fun, and they also do these sports themselves. There is a lot of color in this build. I built this before the pastel pop kit came out, so there is not any of the items from that pack, but I used a lot of stuff from Snowy Escape with like lots of colorful swatches, and I just love the idea. So yeah, as I said, the idea was that this is for a snowboarder who rents snowboards and skis, and so this like covered area is where they store the snowboards and skis, and they're also going to have a couple of I forgot how they're called, like those things that you can buy food from, like food stalls, that's what they're called. So this is like a street. So this like part when I'm working on right now is sort of like where the like street is going to be. So I placed, I think, one table from Snowy Escape, or two tables maybe, and then there are a couple of the food stalls, like food places they can buy food from. Yeah, these ones that came with Snowy Escape, which I thought was like a really nice idea because I mean the lot is already very tiny, but I didn't really want to have any like side yard or backyard. I mean, there is a very, very small side yard with like a barbecue and some seating, but I didn't want it to be like huge because I didn't really want anything to be on the outside since it's like in the middle of the city in Mount Komorebi. So that's why I thought that this was like a really nice detail to have like the street in front of the house with like the food stalls and stuff. So now we're working on the landscaping, which is pretty simple. It's like the one that I always do. I used this base game bush with another base game bush, and I think I paired it with some flowers from the base game and some of the like plants that came with Snowy Escape. So I kind of kept it with like base game and Snowy Escape when it came to the landscaping, I think, to kind of make it fit in with the world as I always do, because that's how I like it. Yeah. As I said, I'm really proud of this build. I love the colors. I've been struggling with adding colors to my builds lately. I've had a lot of like really black and brown and grey and dark brown. I really said brown before, never mind. I've been struggling with adding colors is what I'm trying to say, because I've had a lot of dark interiors lately, so it's been a nice change of pace to add a color to the interior, which was absolutely perfect here. And as I said, I was inspired by that room build that you can check out on my Instagram or Twitter wherever you want. Speaking of social media, I came back to Tumblr. So if you've been here since the beginning of my channel, I had a Tumblr page before, but I didn't really keep up with it, so I closed the blog. But now with Twitter being a hot mess and Instagram not really working for me, I decided to try Tumblr out again. So I started posting posts on Tumblr, which is really exciting, and I really like the way it is. I'm not a big on like scrolling through it, but I think posting on it is like really nice. So if you have Tumblr and you want to maybe check out my blog, you can. I think it's already in my like links down below if you want to go through there. And it's yeah. So now we're looking at the kitchen. I really struggled with the lighting here, so I ended up turning the house around so the light goes into it. So the lighting is really beautiful, but as I said, the pain in the ass is that it's considered as being outside on the exterior, so the lighting is like the exterior light, and yeah, I apologize for that. I really do. I really wanted to make it functional, but I was just so stupid and I could not remember how to do it properly when I was actually building this house. But if I ever do this again, I will try and remember. I will probably forget because I have the memory of a goldfish, but yeah, I'll try. If I ever want to do this, I will try and do it properly. I love this detail of the house. So I wanted to kind of separate the covered area from the area where the loft open spaces. So I placed a spandrel, I think it's called, and a couple of columns from Snowy Escape, and I used this wall decoration from Snowy Escape. It's kind of like a divider between the kitchen and the living room, which could technically be taken apart in reality, not in The Sims, but I really thought it was like a really nice touch, and the color scheme, it went really nicely with the color scheme that I was going for, because it was like purple and pink, and yeah, so I really like that. Now we are working on the entrance area, which is very simple. There is a dresser, a table like for like keys and stuff. As I said, I built this before the new kits came out, so I didn't use the Everyday Clutter kit either. So I could have placed like a phone with the keys or stuff like that, but as I said, I didn't have it at the time. I also used this couch from high school years. I love this swatch, but I haven't been able to use it anywhere before because it's obviously very colorful. But in here it fit perfectly with the color that I was going for, and I paired it with this couch from Parenthood, which I don't think I've used it before, but the like reddish color on the wood was perfect for the color of the wood that I used from Snowy Escape, so it fit really, really nicely. I also placed some rugs, and we are moving on to my favorite part of the house, which is the TV area, which is full of plants, full of clutter, full of cozy stuff, and I just love it. Love it. I used this like snowboard concert table for the TV, and I placed a bunch of clutter behind it, underneath it, next to it. There's also going to be the X chair that we got with the high school years back here as well. And I don't know what it is about this build, because as I said, I've been loving darker colors, but something about the colors here is just so pretty, and I just love the way all the colors kind of complement each other. The black, the like orangey wood, the purple pink, it's beautiful. I also placed this rug from high school years, which again, very colorful, but it fit really nicely in here. And I placed these keyboards in here, which I don't know, maybe the snowboarder really likes to play music, so that's what I was going for. And I had these like nooks underneath the roof, which I needed to fill in, so that was perfect for that. And so we are almost done with the living room, yes, and we're moving on to this tiny bathroom. Very simple, nothing complicated really, just reusing the wood color from the interior and just adding a couple of clutter items here and there, and we're going to move on to the loft upstairs, which is only the bedroom and the office area. So there is a small office area with a computer and like seating and books and everything, so nothing too complicated, and I really like that. It's really cool. I mean, yeah, I wish it was functional, but it's not, so that sucks. Anyway, so we are almost at the end of the video. It was fairly short this time around. I've had a couple of long ones in the past, in like a couple of weeks prior to this, so I think it's nice to have a bit of a shorter video this week. So if you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or you can get the try files in the description below, as always, on my Ko-fi page. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me, and you would never miss a video that I came out with every Sunday, as always for the last couple of months. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you are having a great day, and I will see you in my next speed build. Bye!